Mm.
observations, and don't and know how the eye works. You got to know how the eye works, how your spirit is.
Hmm.
Anyway, I'm gonna stop yapping, but yeah,
Yeah,
y'all go.
but Raphael, welcome back, bro. Frank Monday, checking in from China,
Mhm.
all the way from China. What's going on, bro? It's good to see
Welcome,
y'all,
y'all.
man. Every time
Welcome.
I notice every time Raphael's on, Frank Monday's on these days lately.
It's just
Okay.
because it's the weekend.
Yeah,
It's a
it's good to see y'all.
conspiracy. Am I
Ain't it
roboting
though?
still, or am I good now?
Yeah, you're good, man.
Be
You
good.
solid now.
Okay, great. Switching browser did the trick. So I don't want to derail from your discussion, and I'll add to
Sure,
it tangentially, let's say, something I
sure.
Mhm.
just experienced. So I'm doing a regular show with Andreas. Y'all can find it on my channel if you're interested.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
we talked
Drop your
about
link, man.
it's right there basically. It's my handle, which you can see. So
Raphael,
anyways,
activate.
we've been
Okay.
co-streaming this and we're talking a lot about health, similar to what you did. I pulled up many links in terms of, actual things that may be benefiting or whatever you would say it.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
also been talking a lot about the whole Maha thing and that I personally don't trust it at all because just as with this whole final experiment shenanigans we saw, there is a false dichotomy, as many of you may realize, between the two common tropes. One is the
Right.
natural origin, and the other is the lab leak, they call it. But
The
as
lab
many
leak.
of you
Yeah.
know, because many flat earthers are actually on top of this, there is something called
Mhm.
terrain, and I'm not going to continue now more, and there's many other things to research here, right? But main
Yep.
point I want to make, because you're talking about censorship, so we're co-streaming, and in minute two, we brought up something, which I'm not going to mention now, of course.
Okay.
And then what happened just after the show, a friend contacts me and is like, dude, because I was just thinking, oh, we got a copyright issue at the end because we showed some comic.
Um,
But then he
hey,
wrote
can you
me,
spell it out? If you
spell,
don't mind, you won't get censored for spelling.
well, yeah, it's basically, it was about the idea of, well, one of the compounds that you consume when you're smoking, funnily enough, and some details on that. So,
Oh
anyways,
yeah, yeah, nicotine. Yeah, yeah.
I hope I'll made you all curious. You can check it
You're
out
doing good.
on through my links.
Yeah,
Anyways, so
I just put your link in there.
but the point
Okay.
here being, and even here you can't see it on YouTube anymore. You gotta then go on my description and go on the Odyssey or something. There, I put it there. But the main point here I
Okay.
want to make is that we brought that up on my channel, which is a small channel. I just got this copyright thing at the end, which I can edit out or whatever. But Andreas, who's got like 100K plus channel, he immediately got a strike on his channel. And this
Nice.
even shows you that they are monitoring channels differently. So maybe
Right.
it depends on how many subscribers you have or whatever else. Or I was even thinking somebody was snitching on his channel or something. We're laughing
Oh,
about it. But it's just,
Is
to
this
me, it's
this is it this
completely
hold on. Let
platform?
him
insane
finish. Let him finish.
just because
I was just curious. Okay,
we didn't make
but
any
go ahead.
strong claims or anything like that, just
Right.
talking about something, and they're literally just showing an article for a few seconds. Andreas was explaining something quite neutral. Exactly, good point, yeah.
Right.
I brought up these references too in the show, but it's just, even if it's just AI or whatever it is, but I'm like, what is this level of, censorship? And certain individuals, as you've noticed and you're talking about it, they can
Right.
talk about all kinds of things, right? They can go big, they can go viral, but it's most often because they're leading you down a false dichotomy and there's something they don't want to let you know about. And
Right.
yeah, that's just always the same thing. And really, all I can say, and the more research I do into big channels, there's almost always some strange backstory involvement or something going on. And
Mm-hmm.
literally, it appears to be co-Intel Pro all around. But
Oh wow.
anyways, what I wanted to say to your intro, because you said, why are people watching? I'm certainly not watching because of your skin color, but because there's certain people that just are authentic as much as they can. I told you this last time. That's what
Right.
we're trying to do as well. And I completely agree with you guys that these are the guys that need to support each other, because yeah, the AI or the algorithm will certainly not support you, even if you're just trying to
Bro,
do something
Sanchez
good.
was just on here, and I was trying to say hi to him, but I didn't want to be rude and cut you off. Bro, Sanchez, where you at? Oh boy, yeah, he's off. He's gone. He's gone.
No, I guess I was asking. I was curious
Oh,
about the
there he
platforms
is.
that
I
you
was
had
like,
noticed.
ah.
Uh-uh.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just asking the guy that was just speaking about which platforms he notices that more on, or
Right.
the ones he was referring to. Is it? a
Okay,
lot
so
more with this.
right.
Oh, go ahead.
So Raphael, um, what you're talking about? Oh, it says device not connected, Sanchez. It says your device is not connected. So with what you're talking about, does it have to do with stuff that they use to keep bodies preserved before they enter a casket?
This, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I hear you. We
Yes.
hear you.
So this was related to I don't, how should I say it in the right way? This was basically simply an article about potential effects that this N thing I mentioned earlier may have in removing certain compounds from the body. And we literally only spoke about this for a minute, and that certain people actually use specific
Right.
compounds, which are like pharmaceutical grade.
Right.
But even just that, mentioning that was too much, and got the strike on the one channel. And I was just like,
Oh
oh
wow.
my God. We didn't make any strong claims, anything like that.
Okay.
But it just got struck. And I was like, what is this? You really feel surrounded by guards in that way. But just like you said, or even like you showed from Bro Sanchez,
Right.
whatever you exactly believe in and whatever you believe these sacred texts to be, but the one thing they don't want you to be is to be fearless. And ultimately, of course, that's the whole point. So I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, and those understanding those basic principles is mad important before I even start running my lips. Bro Sanchez, let's welcome Bro Sanchez to the chat, family.
Yo,
Good to see you, fam. Wait, you
Peace
there?
and love. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's you, man. Yeah, we got you. Can you guys hear him?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to say salutes to you and to the panel and to everybody on the chat. I don't want to get in the way too much of your review. I just wanted to stop in and out to show some love, to say what's good to everybody. And whatever questions or whatever y'all had for me, I'll stick around for it or whatever. But yeah, by all means, just ignore me. I'm in the background enjoying the show with you guys. So salutes to everybody.
Oh, family, man. Hey, salutes to you too, man. This is such a small channel, but everybody here is close. We sit there, we rap a lot, we talk a lot, we get serious in here, even though we joke from time to time. And so we love your content and everything else. And even though your stuff is big, like it's a serious channel too. So shout out to you, man, and everything that you do. And today we wanted to talk about what you did the other day with NASA and the firmament and the Bible and everything else like that. And we have one of our guys right here, right underneath me, right here, Mikey Smith, right? He's been doing some real stuff. I don't know if you're really familiar with that. You're really going to want to stick around and you're going to want to see, because like this stuff is going to change how you see the firmament and how you see the night sky. Like I'm
You
dead
got me
ass.
interested now, man. I'm
Yeah.
definitely sticking around for that because the video that I made, I think I saw it was I forgot who channel I saw, but I will be doing a part 2. I'll be giving them a shout out, and they actually had that idea on their channel. I want to say David Bowes, but I'm gonna fall back. And,
David Bowes. Oh, Dr. Bowes. Okay. Dr. Bowes. It sounds like Dr. Bowes. He owns a YouTube, a Facebook channel, and he comes here from time to time. Good guy.
Okay.
But Bro Sanchez, we're going to show you. I don't know how familiar you are with so real quick before we go, we're going to go back to your video because there were some really good points that you touched on that I kind of want to discuss. But before we get there, I want to kind of prime the ground for you real quick. And I want to ask you real quick, what are you familiar when it comes to looking at the stars? What have you seen? What are you familiar with seeing? Whether it's from a telescope, binoculars, your naked eye. Go ahead, just rattle off. Feel free. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got a cheap telescope. It's like a $300 some telescope. But so
to me.
yeah, but when I zoom in on the stars, they do get one thing I do notice is that a tiny little dot, right? It can get so big and magnified in the telescope, and you will get so much more detail than what you would have got when it was a dot. It lets me know that these things is right up there where we see them at, because the more you zoom in, the more detail you get, and we just ain't gonna do that with something that's, you know, millions of light years away. But also the whole phenomena of us not being able to see stars in space. Every time I say that, people say, well, he believes in space. I don't believe in space. They say space, and I know when we send weather balloons up on a flat earth, we don't see stars at a certain height either. So my theory currently for that is that it's kind of like a road mirage where everyone don't see the road mirage. You have to be at a certain angle to see that road mirage. So maybe when we get up to a certain level, it's the same sort of effect. The stars may be some sort of mirage illusion effect that's tailored and catered just for us to see them from our angle on the ground.
Yes.
Whatever.
Hey, bro, Sanchez, let me add a little bit to that. This is Harmon. I'm up there in the Viking helmet.
Okay.
I studied the background of the Project Manheim, the 658 to 66, when they were taking the gondolas up, the astronauts, seeing how high they could go. Every astronaut came down. Every guy who rode in those gondolas came down, and the first thing they always say, they were amazed after about 60,000 feet or so, it became black dark. And the only thing you see is something down below them. Couldn't see stars, couldn't see nothing. They could only see the earth below. So that's probably what you're referring to a little bit.
And I believe that's also, and I think that's also we can use, I mean, we can say that there's more proof to say that they're being projected from the ground, maybe.
Oh, really, huh?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, you know.
That's more evidence?
Yeah. To say that they're projected from the ground, if you ask me.
Well, you're gonna be surprised when you see Mikey's picture. Woo!
Yeah.
So if
Hey,
I
I'm
may,
open-minded because I'm totally don't know what's going on when it
Mike,
comes to
grab your picture,
stars.
Mike, and show it right quick. Grab your picture behind you.
Oh my.
So bro Sanchez. So
Guys,
you know, telescopes, you know, do a certain way and make it look a certain way, but you know that the big double satellite or Torah called Lucifer, the big telescope, or they call it Lucifer.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
Mhm.
one
that's
Well,
because
that's
it's acronym.
binoculars.
That's his acronym.
That's the
Right.
Vatican. Yeah.
So binoculars is what Mikey's showing. Show
Keep
that
it
again,
up, Mike.
Mikey. Yeah, it's binoculars.
All right.
So it
So
shows
that's what his picture of Sirius is.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
serious. So we're gonna
Okay.
yeah, I wanted to kind of get your mind trained on that, get you ready for that. We're gonna go back to your video real quick because I don't wanna divert things just yet. We're getting there. We're getting close, y'all. We're getting close. So let's get back to the video. Sanchez, you're gonna have to stomach hand yourself talk, okay? Here we go.
And when the world see that, they ought to ask questions about these people, especially the church, because most flat earthers are defending your Bible. The Bible teach about a flat earth, and that's what we're here for right now, to talk about why Christians are going against the Bible. And I just gave you an example because the cosmology NASA give y'all is full of all kind of threats that can destroy all life on earth, and ain't none of that stuff the creator. And it got people scared, paying tax dollars. Let's say space is fake. Flat earthers are right, and I'm about to prove it today that we are enclosed by a firmament dome that's protecting us. There is no way possible any asteroids or meteoroids can come from space and wipe out Earth or none of that blasphemous lies. And all of the images you got of that are just CGI cartoons, and they should have real images of these micro meteoroids and big meteoroids whirling through space all the time. Every time astronauts are so-called in space working on equipment and all that, we never see rocks or micro meteoroids whipping by and zooming by.
Nope.
And they say that is so many of these things in space. They say,
And you want to know something to that point right there? You have them people up in the ISS for how long? They've been up there for like 350 days. Remember, we supposed to have this woman and we're supposed to have this dude up in the ISS they need to get a ride back down here. Not one time have you heard them complain about a meteor or anything like that hitting that ISS, hitting that big ass contraption flying at 17,500 miles an hour around the Earth.
And you know what else you just made me think about with that ironwork? You know, they supposedly assembled the ISS like in orbit or in space, launching each part up there. And they didn't have nothing, no problems at all, no map. It was a perfect assembly. Now, I order stuff from Amazon and have problems assembling it in the living room. They assembled this thing in orbit with no problems at all, just perfect. That's enough. And then I also want to ask you guys like about the ISS transits. Is that another like fake footage sort of thing what people claiming to see? I never saw it with my real eyes. I don't know too many flat earthers that say they saw it, but yeah, you know, that's something I wonder about the transit videos.
Mm-hmm. And you want to know something? I think with all this truth, that's a really good point as well, because I think with all this truth that Doge claims to be wanting to put out there to everybody, and Elon Musk and them, that's a total conflict of interest by sending these SpaceX to go get those guys out the ISS, right? It's interesting because he's like, hey, I asked NASA or I asked the Biden administration if we could go help out and pick them up. Okay, well, the whole world is watching right now. While you on your way up there to go get those astronauts, why don't you get a video camera, get some cameras out there to watch the entire launch process? Let's see this
Vlad,
thing.
I thought you finished. Sorry.
Let's see this thing leave the Earth. Let's see it go through the sky, looking down at Earth. And let's have another camera at the same time trained to the ISS that's moving in Leo. And while you see the ISS moving, it meets up with it.
Did you see their names? Did you see their names?
Who?
Do you remember?
Williams. There's something Williams, and there's this white dude.
He's called Butch, and she's called Sunny.
Sunny. Oh.
That's their nicknames. Butch
Sunny
and Sundance Kid.
And Butch.
May I share one thing on topic?
I'm just saying that's kind of strange.
I got a crazy theory about Starlink. I don't think it's physical.
You don't think Starlink is physical?
I don't think it's. I don't think it's. I've seen pictures of it, and if we examine them together, maybe we'll have a Starlink night or some one night. Because listen,
I've seen it 3 times.
Starlink with your own eyes.
Yes.
So I've seen something.
It's really, really low, and it looks like square box carts, and it looks like it's being towed by a drone. If you want to know what I'm saying,
I've seen something flying in the sky, and it's like a series of them.
Right,
and
they're right behind each other, like box cars, but there's actually squares.
Yes, and I'm looking. I'm like, what the hell is that? They're all lit up. They look close, and they're just flying in the sky. There's like 100 of them. And the
one I saw, it was maybe 20. It was about 20 of the ones I saw.
Well,
but my friends out in the ocean over San Diego, they see it all the time. They say it's very commonplace now out there. I saw it there twice, and I saw it once here in Arizona.
Yeah, Harmon. There are different companies as well that is now being like subcontracted out of Starlink. So there's different companies that do this too. But my theory is there's something super close, but able to do something like quantum locking. And like Harmon said, some of them look square and some are circular, but if it's just a super bright light from a square, it could still look like a circle in the distance.
I don't think it's in the communication side. I think they're just have some kind of way to pull a hologram or something. Yeah, it's not real.
That's what I was thinking. The hologram. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
that's why I saw, because when I saw it was so low, I could not believe how low it was. And we're all at the swimming pool at nighttime. We saw it go right over us. We're going. Everybody goes, "Look at that! That's Starlink." And those are the guys, my buddies that came down from California. They were here in Arizona at the river, and they said, "Oh yeah, we see those like 5-6 times already." So they were already programmed to know that was Starlink.
So Vlad, may I share one thing on topic, and then I'll wrap off.
Go ahead, Raph.
Thank you so much. So we're talking about censorship, about, COINTELPRO and all of the controlled opposition and whatever.
Well,
So
right
the
now we're
same,
talking about yeah, go
yes,
ahead. Go ahead.
but also footage, yeah. And the same friend I mentioned, Andreas, I dropped the link in the channel. He
Mhm.
actually briefly was a NASA engineer. He had access to this McDonald's where they stored the NASA tapes. And if you look for it, I send it all
Wait,
to you in
wait,
the
wait, wait,
private.
wait, wait, wait,
Yes,
wait, wait, wait. Did you say
Zip.
McDonald's like a hamburger?
yes, yes. They had a
Wait.
McDonald's on Moffett Airfield Base, which was like inside the military base. And it's not a joke. And they literally stored the NASA moon footage there. And if you look for it online, I dropped everything for you in the private chat so you can look it up yourself. If you search for this on YouTube, you only find like some Ars Technica video where they don't really tell you anything. And then 2 years later, my friend Andreas went there. He made a video about this, which you cannot find on YouTube unless you change the search to view count instead of relevance. And
Oh
he
boy.
basically went there as well and said, hey guys, I know about old video technology. I can help you figure this out. And as soon as they realized he could actually help them to reactivate this old footage, which they claimed they cannot access anymore, because they lost the technology or whatever. And
Right.
as soon as they realized he could help them, they basically moved the base and it was all removed, and or they moved the footage and it was gone to God knows where. So that's just one thing I wanted to share with you guys.
Oh
And if you want, you
wow.
can check it out. And thanks so
So
much for
that's what.
having me.
So I heard. Okay. So now it's starting. I'm starting to recall something that they said they found the moon footage in a dumpster behind a McDonald's. Is that what you're talking about? Because I heard something along those lines.
No,
And Skeptic 936, not McDonald Douglas, but McDonald's the store, right? The restaurant.
exactly, but initially it was literally a McDonald's that was inside a military base. It was like part of the base, basically. And Andreas, my friend, had access because he was doing like a studentship or whatever for
Right.
NASA in nanotech. And he was walking in there. There were these hippie guys. You can see it on the Ars Technica video as well, which is easy to find.
Right.
And but they didn't do anything with it. And when Andreas went there and said, I know about this tech, I can help you because you're claiming you cannot read these NASA tapes or moon tapes anymore. And then when he came back 2 weeks later, everything was gone. And God knows where these
Wow.
tapes are now. So this is how it
And what
goes.
year
And
was
the
that,
story,
Raphael?
like 5 years ago. But also you can tell by looking at it on YouTube, you will
Right.
only find the Ars Technica thing on top. But the
Mhm.
Exertus McMoon tapes, you can only find if you switch it to view count search. I dropped it for you in the private chat. You can check it out. Thanks again
Got
for
it.
having me. It's early or late here, whatever. Very cool that Bro Sanchez is joining as well.
Hell
I wish you
yeah.
all much enjoyment, and I'll keep watching from the back,
Hey,
yeah?
Raph,
Thank you so
Raph,
All
much.
right.
can I get
Rap.
one question in for you before you go about the footage?
Sure.
Did any of it have a like it's like a mark of the technology that converts those old style of film? Is it called Filmora? Filmora.
It's not me who was there. I dropped the link to his video in the
Okay.
private chat where you can check it out. And
Okay.
otherwise, maybe one time, if you're interested more in this iron work, we can set up an interview and Andreas can tell you all about what happened there.
Well, I would
Absolutely.
love that.
I'm all game.
Yeah, the reason I ask, guys, and I'm sorry I mumble and jump in, but I've got a friend that I've made online that specifically has old moon mission footage, but it's not all from that original Apollo 11. But a
Right.
lot of stuff that has been digitized now, I do have my hands on as well. So I
Okay.
just don't want to claim it's, you know, official without everybody else seeing it as well.
Okay. All
But
right.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
well, we'll check.
Thank you, man.
We'll go into that. Raf, I really appreciate that, brother. Thank you for that. And family, guys in the Foundry, check that out. I went ahead and I put it in the chat so you guys could get it. If you have like that YouTube Prime craziness, you could also download it too. So don't be coy. Make sure you have it. But Raf,
Thank you,
thank
bro.
you for that, man. Really, thank you. I'm gonna check that out.
Thank you. Yeah, it's in the private chat. Thank you all again and catch y'all next time. I'll keep
And
watching.
y'all make sure to thing to Raf's channel too. You know what I'm saying? I went ahead and I put that in the chat. So make sure to get on Raf's channel, check him out. And I'd love to have you here soon and we could talk about that later on. All right, bro.
Thanks.
So, yep. So here we are. We're gonna go back. We're gonna go back and we're gonna go back in a structure. We're gonna go back to the video. Now, these are all interesting points, and we're gonna make it to a point, and then we're gonna get from Bro Sanchez's video, because there are a bunch of good points coming up, to Mikey's film and what he's going to be doing. So let's get back to it.
That as space is filled with countless micrometeoroids. And these meteoroids that's in space can range from the size of a human hair, grains of sand. They can be the size of a marble. They can go all the way up to sizes from baseballs to small boulders, all the way up to sizes the size of cars, houses, and even all the way up to the size of large mountains and buildings. It's a very diverse range when it comes to size when we dealing with meteoroids, all the way from micrometeoroids to macro meteoroids, if you will. And according to what they teach, space is filled with these things, but we never see them. Just like they said, space is filled with stars, but when they get up there, we can't see them. When they get up there, we can't see these meteoroids that should be everywhere. They should be whipping all in front of the camera, man, according to what they say. We never had an incident of a meteoroid cracking an astronaut helmet, damaging any equipment. We got telescopes and equipment that's exploring the Milky Way right now that's been out there for decades, and they never got to clean the lens, change the lens. No meteoroids damaging this stuff. And the images that we get from these things are always crystal clear. You can barely get images that clear from Earth. And space is supposed to be that harsh. We can never get clear images of UFOs and UAPs that's right up there in our own atmosphere. We always get these grainy images and just blurred monstrosities. But yet we can get crystal clear images of galaxies that's light years away, other planets, the sun, and all of this stuff that's in space. But we can't get one clear image of a UFO that's right there in our atmosphere on Earth. Interesting. It explains why everything is CGI. Nothing is up there. I'm going to prove that we are enclosed like the Bible say, and that's going to debunk space.
Now, you know, that was a really interesting take on it, Bro Sanchez, because I think one of the ways I could relate to that right there is I've been on surface ships, right? Navy surface ships and submarines and stuff like that. So anytime you're in the water on a surface ship, like there's sea life everywhere, right? And so if you're on a deployment for months, the sea life does its best to avoid being in front of the ship because it's huge, right? And it's got a huge draft as well. What you see on the surface is big, but what you don't see in the water is huge. It's much bigger, right? Just to keep the boat upright, just to keep the ship upright. So this thing is moving. You still get animals. You still hit animals. You know what I'm saying? And these are surface ships. This is here on Earth. Can you imagine out there where just randomness and the hell of what space is supposed to be? And not one time they don't run into one of them little asteroids, them little meteorites. Not a speck of anything moving at 1,000,000 miles an hour to tear through that damn. Could you imagine what the size of a marble, what that would do to anything moving at like 1,000,000 miles an hour?
It makes me want to go on Chat GPT and do an equation for that. Like, what would be the math behind some probability? What would be the probability of me hitting any kind of meteoroid of any size on my way from Earth to the moon mission, or just working on an ISS, by given how many up there, the rate that they going, and how long I'm exposed?
Yep. Exposure. That's one I didn't even consider. Yeah, exposure. 350 days. You got these people talking about they've been up there for a whole year. 350 days. And not one incident. And I'm looking at this woman. Listen, I know we have ladies in the chat, but I'm looking at this woman and I'm looking at this dude, and I'm like, I know if they're let's entertain. Let's just entertain that this is real. I was like, if they up there, they probably fucking. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, whatever, man. Men will be men, women will be women, people will be people, right? They probably up there doing what they do, right? If it was real. But I'm like, but it's not. They over there smiling for the camera. You run out of smile. Listen, you on those deployments, when you're on a deployment on a ship, on a submarine, you run out of smiles out after 30 days. After a month up there, you're not smiling no more. After a week up there, you're really not smiling much. But can you imagine after 1 year, you up there, you're
Yeah.
gonna be funky. You running the same clothes, you ain't shaving, you like it smells
work.
up here, you just miserable. We
You
ran
know,
out of food.
one of
Mhm.
the classic moments when I debated Craig FTFE, right? And
Mhm.
Jeranism hosted that debate. I said, Craig, if astronauts are on the ISS and water is behaving like they showing us, what about their bowel movements? What about their intestines? You know,
Mhm.
if the water in your body and liquids and gases are globbing up like Jupiter because you can't get flow and all that, no circulation. I'm saying you can't even have tears. You really can't have eyes on the ISS if your eyes are water and they're not globbing up, put the water in front of you globbing up. So I was asking him, you know, what stopped? He was saying basically, you still can live on the ISS. And I made a joke. I said, so you can live on the ISS with all of your liquids and gases doing what thou wilt, like Aleister Crowley, right? So they're just doing what thou wilt. And he was saying, yeah, they still live under those conditions, but they have a lot of intestinal problems. They have problems pooping. They have problems, and that was like I need to make that a short because he
No,
was like astronauts really have a lot of problems pooping. And when he was saying that, the astronauts was just smiling and flipping around. Have you ever been constipated? You're not smiling and flipping around and like
Hell no.
yep. That's true. And you like when you trying to be private like that and you just trying to go and you can't and you like, man, I'm exposed. I'm up here like I'm never coming back down and you trying to drop a deuce, you can't. And it's
yeah.
like, oh my, like why? And I know you were in the service too. And I know you've been in some situations. So it's like I know when you're in those situations, you ever ask yourself, why, what am I doing? Why did I do this? Tell us about it.
Man, I'm gonna tell y'all a situation that I had in the military that I'd be embarrassed to tell people, but at the same time, I gotta tell them because it was like one of the moments that's my most unforgettable moment. But we was at the grenade range and we was throwing grenades. We was learning how to throw grenades. When they taught us over and over, like they were so careful. When you pull the pin, as you throwing it, get down with it. You get down at the same time you're throwing it. It's a certain way they taught us. And they kept repeating over and over, don't make the mistake of trying to watch your grenade explode, because if you can see it explode, you gone. You know. So, and I was the only one on the flight. And this is embarrassing. Soon as I threw my grenade, I stood there like, and the sergeant grabbed my shirt so hard that he tore my shirt to pull me down. And man, I got punished so bad, and it was so embarrassing. But yeah, that was one of my moments in the infantry. I ain't gonna lie, I admit to it.
Oh my God, man.
And
What
I
they mean?
couldn't resist it, man. And they said only a few people per flight do that, and I had to be one of the dumb ones.
So they didn't, but back then punish, and we're gonna get back on topic, y'all. But back then punishing y'all was that it wasn't peeling potatoes, right? Because that's what my dad did when he was in the army doing dumb shit. He had to peel potatoes, peel onions.
No, they make you run, and while you running, you can stop. When you get tired of running, you can drop down and do push-ups.
Do
You
the
get tired of
push-ups.
that, you go back to running. Yeah.
Damn, it sounds like an episode of Stripes. All right, y'all, we're gonna get back to it, but yeah, let's get back to the thing right here, man. I know we was just acting up crazy, but so let's do it.
Believing in space is blasphemous to do because it's to mock the creator. It's to say that the creator built the creation that's unstable. There's one scripture in the Bible that people can interpret to say that a comet or an asteroid can end life on Earth, and that's the wormwood scripture in Revelation. It says that a star fell to the ground, landed in the rivers, and poisoned the water. So it does not say what NASA say. NASA say that when the thing lands, the impact gonna be so hard that it's gonna be this big mushroom cloud, ice age. It's a whole theory they got on it. But what the Bible say is just gonna pause in the water. And even if you look up the word wormwood is a synonym for the word vermouth. And wormwood or
I don't mean to
vermouth.
talk over the video, but
That's okay.
I meant to tell you this too. Speaking of asteroids hitting Earth,
Right.
soon as this video dropped, Neil deGrasse Tyson put a video out about an asteroid hitting Earth in 2032. That was yesterday.
Yeah, dog. Yo, we were talking about that. We were talking about that the other day on the channel where NASA, I don't know if you know, but NASA's been going back and forth with the news feeds and everything. So when Doge decided they were going to start cutting people, you know how Doge is going all over the place, right? They were like, yo, we're going to start cutting people. And then they turned their attention to NASA. And then NASA was like, oh, snap. Then they started saying, oh, by the way, remember that asteroid that was supposed to come? Yeah, that asteroid that we saw that's supposed to be coming around here in 2032. They were like, there's like a 1 in 100 chance. Then Elon Musk started saying, yeah, we're probably going to do some cuts in NASA. They were like, oh, just kidding. It's a 1 in like 60 chance. Then they were like, oh, yeah, we're going to cut like 1,000 heads. Then NASA was like, oh, it's a 1 in 32 chance. Like, all the numbers.
If we do get hit, it's gonna be some kind of Nikola Tesla stuff they done reverse engineered because Tesla had some comic book weapons. But the crazy thing is like the planetary defense system is a whole stream that we need to do too, because they got 5 systems up there that we never saw before.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you, Iron. Do you remember? Yeah.
About which part? 5 systems.
Yeah, about how they charge us every year, to pay taxes for that system he's speaking of to protect us.
It's
That's the claim, though.
Yeah, that's the claim. Yeah.
Huh.
Well, they're claiming that they use our money for maintenance on that defense system.
They got
right.
got this thing that looked like, you remember the moon mission shuttle, that aluminum foil or little tuna can, whatever they sent to the moon or whatever. So they got some that's built on that level, that's supposed to be orbiting the Earth, just sitting up there like, I wish an asteroid would come to the Earth. And you don't see it or nothing, but they just monitoring things. They can just sit there with a computer. You can put a few dots on it. You can say, oh, that's the asteroid. And that's money.
Yep. And you want to know something? It's got everybody fooled. Now, here's the crazy thing is that people are like, oh, well, somebody would have come out and told. I'm like, yo, first of all, there's compartmentalization, right? And then there's the whole there's like self-compartmentalization of the whole thing. You got people out there that's, they swab the floors at NASA. You got people that serve food at NASA. They work at the little, at the little tchotchke store. They do all these things. They change the electric panels. They do stuff at NASA that has nothing to do with those missions. And then those people that work those missions, they work such a small facet of that mission that they don't care what anybody else is doing. They really don't. And so they mind their business. And so they're like, I don't know what the hell he's doing. He's doing his thing. I got my little dots on the screen. That red, when they're like, when that thing turns red, I have to push this button and then it turns green again. And then I could sit down and I could go get a coffee.
Because you know what? NASA's just a bunch of pointless, big, clunky gadgets that you're monitoring numbers and data. That's just like when the entire black community was going in on us when they activated them with the hidden figures, with the 3 black women who worked with NASA and stuff, and they was really it was hard to debate black people about flat Earth. When that movie was out, oh man.
Yeah, man, you hit the nail right on the head. I was talking about that a few weeks ago, and I was like, man, they get us. That's how they get everybody. Because I was saying that, and I'm gonna get back to your video real quick, but I was like, yo, if anybody says truth, black folks tell truth like nobody else, right? But it's like we got to a point when NASA shows these things and then they include us. We're like, yep, that's, you see, black innovation. There it is, hidden figures. And I'm like, but it's bullshit though. It's not like it's bullshit. Like they didn't do nothing. They didn't send nobody to no moon. And so normal, like sense-filled people, because they have such an affinity and pride for who they are, like it'll just be like that. It's a trade-off. I hate to have to say it, but it becomes a trade-off where some people will lose their senses just so they can hold on to a false glory. And it's like, but nobody went to the moon. Why are you praising these people for something that didn't happen? And it's one of those things where it's like, now you're never going to get them. You're never going to get these people to see the flat Earth because they're going to see these hidden figures and all that stuff.
Yep.
Let's get back to the video. I'm over there making my lips is getting long as hell. I'm talking so much, man. Let me get back to the video.
It's a type of herb that they use to make absinthe with. Wormwood or vermouth is a herb that they use to flavor absinthe with. So that's still different than what NASA say. And this really is a dagger right here, right? Let's say that the scripture in Revelation is true, and it's talking about a comet crashing into Earth, and that God saying in the end of days, God himself is gonna send a comet to the Earth to wipe out life. Let's go with that scenario. Let's say that's what the Bible's saying is prophecy, and that's the will of God. If that's true, you going against God when you try to help NASA to stop it. Yeah. If your God is saying, hey, in the end of days, I'm sending a comet to the Earth and I'm gonna wipe out a lot of the life on the Earth, this is God's will. This is part of prophecy. And NASA say, well, we gonna stop that.
That's like holding your parents' belt while they're giving you an ass whooping. It's like grabbing the belt.
Man, bro, you fire with those analogies, bro.
Let's get back to it.
They fighting against God, and they got the symbol of the serpent. Who team you on? See, that's another thing why you can't nobody make an excuse on why you going with the devil. Any excuse you trying to make, I'm already dotting my I's, crossing my T's, I'm blowing that out the water. So if you say, Sanchez, the Bible is right, it is a comet coming, then you shouldn't be trying to stop it. That's your God's will. You should be rejoicing when you see the comet coming. And you should say, hey, man, that's my God coming back. Them trumpets
we don't hear it.
Hallelujah.
I don't hear it.
And you shouldn't be saying, man, but people gonna die.
Well, I don't know where
you
it's coming from.
Mikey, is that you? Mikey, you're gonna have to put the mute on, man.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, hold on.
Mute button. Mikey, just Lord have mercy. Let's continue.
To heaven if you don't die, silly. Everybody want to go to heaven but don't want to die. Even when it's your Lord coming back to get you. I thought you said this world was so bad and heaven is your real home, Christians. But when it's time to pack up and go to heaven, you want to stay. And see, that's why the Bible know y'all ain't serious, and why most of Christians gonna fall with this great apostasy. So either way you try to cut it, it's anti-biblical.
And you want to know something that kind of goes, and I'm not trying to stop too much, but that kind of goes back to the whole shame thing, being afraid of death and everything else. This society, this life that we live has become so materialistic that death, we're afraid of it. I think there was a time where death was welcome. You welcome death. You're like, oh, if I die, I die. So let's think of all the things that we hinder ourselves from doing just because we're afraid of being shamed and because we're afraid of dying. You guys got any thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's to me like the whole thing about what happens when you die. The mystery of the afterlife is a big business, because if a person, they don't necessarily got to have the right answer. They can have the one that's the most believed, more consensus based. But you know, the whole thing why I brought that up in this video was because you got a lot of globe earthers who are Christians, and they will say that God is gonna destroy the earth in the end of days, like with all kind of cataclysms dropping from the heavens or whatever. And when they try to prove the Bible with heliocentrism, they'll say, yeah, man, when they bring up the asteroids and comets that's coming toward Earth, they'll say that's prophesied in Revelation. So my question to the global Christian would be, if it's the will of your God and you're using this asteroid concept to prove NASA's globe Earth against me, why are you going along with NASA? Because they're defending NASA. They trying to be on NASA's side. And with that, they're saying, yes, so we do need a space program. We do need a planetary defense system. And I'm saying that's hypocritical, even if the earth was a globe, because you trying to stop the will of your own God. You know what I'm saying?
Standing in his way,
That's a good
grabbing
way
the
to put
belt.
it.
Yep.
It's a good way to put it. If you don't mind, I'll piggyback just one
Go ahead.
input. I guess my personal input would be, yeah, it's almost like reverse psychology, where we know uh, where our Father resides, or where we're told He resides in heaven, and He's good and He created goodness, right? Everything in His creation had to be approved to be good before it was finalized each day, right? So, you know, these globalist people will say and repeat it, make you think and fear what's above your head in heaven, where your Father is at. It's almost like saying that's where death is going to come from. Your end is met by looking up there, right? When we know it's the complete opposite. And I guess on a personal level, if you ask me why I say I fear God, I don't fear the item or the object of God's. I don't fear that. I fear losing God, right? I fear losing that love and that eternal kind of walking again, getting up out of this wheelchair and being with my Father and walking. So I fear losing Him more than I fear His wrath, to be honest, me personally. But yeah.
I guess that would be the equivalency of what folks would call being in hell, huh?
Right. But even we know it's just Sheol down there. But yeah.
Sheol. Let's continue.
When you go with them, it's going against the Bible. Either way you try to cut it. And not to mention, not only is it anti-biblical, if you're a Christian and you're saying, hey, that's what Revelation saying, Sanchez, well, guess what? You shouldn't be trying to stop the will of God. And if that's what NASA trying to do, then that's why they wearing the symbol of the serpent, because they going against God. You shouldn't be on their team. Not only is it anti-biblical, anti-Christian to do that, here's another kicker that should really hit home. Guess how much we pay into programs to prevent comets and all that from crashing into the earth? These programs are called planetary defense programs. The money for these programs come out of your tax dollars. So let's go ahead and add up the money, right?
So if anything's going to inspire you to get upset, if you're not a Bible person, if you're not a flat earth person, and you could care less about the globe, at least knowing what they're doing or what they're not doing with your money, if anything's going to inspire you, maybe that would inspire you.
5 programs. One is called NEO, the Near Earth Object Observation Program. And that's when NASA is supposedly to be tracking and monitoring asteroids and stuff. Now they tracking and monitoring all these asteroids, but we can't even see stars in space. So how we can see that? How we never see them when they working on the ISS and all that. So they got NEO, they got PDOC, Planetary Defense Coordination Office. They got the DART program, which is the Double Asteroid Redirection Test. They got the space-based infrared sensors. Then they got the International Collaboration Program. They got 5 programs that they're taxing you for just because you believe in space and that there are dangers that this proposed to the earth. But in a minute, I'm going to show you space ain't real and that once again, the Bible is correct when it speaks about us being protected by a firmament dome. This is crazy because in the fiscal year of 2023, the planetary defense budget was approximately $138 million. And that was just a decrease from $166 million that they had the previous year. The Near Earth Object Surveyor mission in 2023 brought in $90 million just by itself. The fiscal year 2025 request for NASA's planetary defense budget is $252 million to continue the development of the NEO Surveyor mission. And this NEO Surveyor mission is targeting a launch in 2028. And all y'all get is CGI images for receipts and proof. And we're paying almost $1 billion.
One thing.
Yeah, go ahead, fam.
This will be quick too, because I know you want to get through this. Don't you find it crazy that they about to bring back this NEO talk in 2028 while Neil Tyson talking about the 2032 asteroid? It's almost like what you was saying a minute ago, that it was kind of like with the OKC bombing. Right. They was going to cut the budget for domestic terrorism. And then right when they was about to cut the budget for that, here come the OKC bombing, they opened it back up. So that's kind of made me go back and think about that too, that they coming out. And I was going to ask you, do you think there's a possibility that we will get some kind of blue beam or red? Because I think they're going to go full-fledged with this. Like, we need something to hit the earth to really sell this to them.
Yes. We talk about that on here a lot, actually. And that's a really good point. I didn't know about this NEO thing. Like, what you're mentioning is new to me. Like, I've never heard of this NEO thing. So that's an anomaly for me. But we talk about blue beam and we talk about folks getting fooled in the days to come. I think, and many of us here I know in the Foundry also feel that those drones that they had outside of New Jersey, that those things were used to see what people's reactions would be. But we knew the game was in. We knew the fix was in. We were just like, it's some old BS. You know what I'm saying? They want to see how people's is going to act and everything else. Now, one thing here's the thing is, you have the problem with the internet and the problem with, I feel, with many of it's not a problem, but the thing I recognize is that there's always somebody watching, and there's always somebody that remembers, and there's always that one person that films everything. You understand? So there was that time, I don't know if you recall, where China, somebody had their camera phone out, and then they had video of the sky, right? and it looked a little bit cloudy up there, but it looked like you saw a big silhouette, big silhouette of people up there. It was a bunch of people, right? And then that was one time in China. Another time, they had a bunch of cities. It looked like a bunch of
I
cities.
saw the city.
You saw that, right? So yeah.
Yeah.
So you know what? Yeah.
I'm starting to think, and this may sound crazy, that maybe a lot of the stars in the sky may be because you got these mythologies of king. They said Jesus was signified by a star, whatever.
Right.
What if people projecting it like the bat symbol projecting it? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if the sky always looked the same. I'm starting to really question what's real and what's fake in the sky, man. And and I'll say this too: the Neo satellite's supposed to be blocking asteroids from hitting Earth, but I thought that it was crazy that Neo in the Matrix is blocking the bullets and blocking the rocks. But that's crazy though. You know what I'm saying? That's a little syncretism.
That's a wild correlation right there. I didn't even consider it. We're gonna give your video a couple more minutes. Then I kind of want to segue into Mikey Smith, the one that's invisible at the underneath me right there. We want to roll into what he has because especially if you didn't see this is something that I think you need to get your eyes on, and here in the next few weeks you should bring your audience into if you want, but we'll leave that up to you.
You know what? If it was up, he can actually, I wouldn't mind him go ahead and he can interject now in the midst of the video, but it's your show though. You gotta wait you want to do it. So
I was gonna say Mikey Smith played Mr. Invisible here, the Invisible Man here a little bit ago. So if you don't mind, we're gonna stop your vid real quick. We're gonna return to it, but I want to give Mikey some time because I know you might be short on time. I don't want to take anybody's time for granted, but we've been having Mikey Smith on here for the last few episodes. I guess you could say the last few weeks. And Mikey Smith, I don't want to talk for you. I don't want to put any words in your mouth. Please explain to Bro Sanchez what it is that you've done and what it is you're going to do, please.
Yeah. So you want me to just kind of like start from the last year and a half or so, or kind of?
Yeah, wherever you want, man. Just to give Bro Sanchez some background and stuff.
Okay. Yeah. And so thank you. I need to gather my thoughts here. So what I have come across is I'm still doing my experiments with the P1000 because I have that camera here at my place. I'm still determining whether that camera is being truthful or not. Okay, I'm not sure yet. I need to go somewhere where it's dry, obviously Nevada, the desert, Arizona, wherever. I have come to terms that doing the research and buying all the equipment, returning stuff, buying different stuff, returning it, and finding out that binoculars, in my eyes, are the most natural way of viewing the stars, recording the stars as videos, and taking magnified shots of the surface above us. If you want to call it a dome, firmament, whatever you want to call it, the ceiling, whatever. There is a structure obviously above our heads. And I have taken many, many pictures of that with the night shot mode in the Samsung Galaxy phones. And in populated areas like the Milky Way, Pleiades constellation, and hopefully more to come in the next week or two. So yes, I'm going to show you some I don't know what to do, if I should show them the pictures first, then the videos, I guess. Hey, maybe Vlad?
Let's hey, however which way you want to play it, whatever you feel is most important.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do it. Just do it like you're on live on this show, man.
Yeah.
Because you are live on this show.
Yeah, I am. Okay, cool. Okay, so where am I going to start here? Yeah, let's present. Sure. We'll just share. We'll just go right to the pictures first because I can kind of lead into that from the videos. Okay, star, we want star, these ones here. We will start with the one that I presented earlier. This is going to be the star Sirius, and I've captured this 2 or 3 times. So I am repeating my my evidence, my proof, whatever you want to call it. It's not hard to do. Am I showing the screen there, Vlad?
No, that's me right here. So there you go, Mikey. You are in control.
Okay. And so yeah, this is the star Sirius, 100% confirmed. I have recorded it as a video 2 or 3 times, and I capture screenshots. So I slow down the video and go frame by frame, and you will see this jump out from time to time in videos or throughout the video, depending on the night. So there's some kind of a frequency or energy. I don't know what is going on here, but this is the star Sirius, and of course the Sirius satellite radio logo. At least one of them over the past years has looked like this, at least in cartoon version or drawing version or whatever you want to call it. And so yeah, and then so move, and all the bigger, brighter stars like Capella, Vega, Sirius, and all those other ones in the sky are generally going to look the same. So this is at a different angle. This is the star Capella. It has not completed the full power frequency, whatever you want to call it, out the bottom here. We still have the 3 notches on the top and the center part of the star. I don't even know what they are, but that's what we're going to call them, the center part. I don't know what to say about them, but I'm still trying to figure these out myself. I just record them, and that's what I need to present, because that's what I present is the honest truth on here. So and then moving on to, so this is going to be a, man, I'm having deja vu. This is weird. So yeah, this is the same star. This is the star Sirius on the right. This is the first video I captured, screenshot. And again, I'm going to say that there is a white dot in some of my videos and screenshots here. So there's a white dot coming.
So Sanchez, I'm sorry to interrupt. Sanchez and chat and everybody else, pay attention to that white dot that Mikey just hovered over. Mikey, go ahead and show, please.
Yeah, for sure.
Pay attention to that white dot and just remember it. Go ahead, Mikey.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks. Yeah, that shows up in many of my videos and pictures. And this is going to be the same as this. I'm going to say that the reason why we can't see this object here on the right, this pizza wedge looking, this triangle part, is because it's covered up by the intense light of over here. Otherwise, it would show up over here too if it was not being electrified or energized or whatever. But these are the exact same star, just captured on different. This was in April of 2023. This one here on the right, and this one on November, so 6 months later, or whatever it is, 6-7 months, November 29th of 2023. And that's how long it took me to get just these 2 pictures. So 6 months of going outside every clear night, not just any random night like the people with the P1000s do. I have figured out that, at least in my own mind right now, that there is way too much humidity here where I'm located in Western Canada. As of right now, we never drop down past 60% humidity. Right now we're sitting at, I think, about 80 or 85% humidity, and which destroyed the
Mike?
star. Yeah.
Quick question. When you mentioned these are the same star, you were in the same position, I guess, same area?
I would have been 3, 5, about 5 miles apart, maybe 4.
Okay, that's a small amount.
Yeah.
The reason I asked that first question is because 6 months apart. Now, if the sky is moving itself, you would think after 6 months that would be in an opposite angle. So that makes sense. I
Yes.
wanted to point that out.
Yeah, yeah. And so there are angles to these pictures, obviously. This one was recorded in the east, this one in the west. So you can see that.
Ah,
And throughout the
Makes
video
sense.
that I'm going to show you of this one, you can see the stars start from here and it will go down like as if it's on a curved surface as it's moving through the video. And you'll see that in the video. It's amazing. And then this one was recorded in the east, so it would be going up, and then this one would be going down, you know. And it's funny when you film stars in the east through binoculars, you adjust your binoculars to go from the bottom left to the top right, and then when you film stars in the west, you go from the top left to the bottom right, because now they're going further away. They're not going down, they're going further away, and like in a circular pattern, you know. So now it's kind of hard to describe on live chat, but
so Mikey, real quick, if
yeah.
you could tell them the significance of why the humidity and why you do what you do when you do is important. You could even show them the crazy looking ones that we're used to seeing.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah. So these are the ones that from what I recorded, P1000. This is my actual picture or screenshot from the P1000 video. Okay. Recording stars, which I was very excited about back then. I was like, oh, wow, they aren't these exciting stars. And this is probably the only time I ever listened to the Globies about stars and how things were out of focus or not clear or blurry. That was probably the only thing that kind of stuck in my head after a few years, and I finally figured it out that it possibly could be the humidity. And I'm going to confirm that when I go to Vegas, because if I get the right stuff, well, I'm pretty sure it's this one. It doesn't matter really. They're all the same. This one is the star Sirius. If it's not, it's going to be Vega or some other big bright star. And I just showed you what a star looks like at the beginning. So this is what my binoculars will get on a clear night. I'm just getting the blob of light more defined than the P1000. So the P1000 will take all this colored light and scatter it all over the place, like as if it's in water. The water is, if there is water, there's water above the firmament. Water cannot hover above your head. It's called rain or a cloud, you know.
Or just moisture, huh?
Yeah, or moisture. Yeah, exactly. But the star, and then again, I'm getting this kind of a surface area, even behind the yuckiness. Even this picture that is supposedly out of focus, you know, I'm still getting a surface there, and I'll go on to the firmament there in a bit, because the firmament pictures will, I'm just labeling it as the firmament because that's what we've been told it is. There's a surface. Let's just call it the surface above our heads. You can call it craft dinner if you want. I don't care. There's obviously a surface there, but yeah. And so moving on to
that would be a good word too, texture.
Yeah, texture. Yeah. There's obviously something there. And then just going on to, so I'll go over to Polaris here. A lot of people have not ever seen, which one is the best one? I think it's on my other slides.
Is that the one where that looks like a spinning top upright?
Yeah, did it ever, eh? It's yeah, I like that one. I think it's
that Sirius star looked just like a 6-point star, or like some sort of
the star of
Taurus.
Yeah, man, that's what I said. I said, man, I was telling that with Sam Abukaya that was here. I was like, yo, that looks like a Star David.
yeah, and so this is the one. This is Polaris. Polaris rotate. Well, it doesn't rotate. It spins like a top, out of control. It's sometimes on the left here, and I've recorded it on the right at the right angle here too. So there's some kind of movement with it. It's not rotating with the firmament. It's basically stationary, but spinning as if you were spinning a top.
Mhm.
Out of control, like as it's losing its spinning power, type of thing. And
do you remember what the humidity was off the top of your head? You probably don't, but
no, I didn't even record it back then. I just was too excited. But when I do record the stars in Vegas or Nevada or wherever I'm going, Denver, wherever I record the stars, I will be recording the humidity 100%.
Yeah. Humidity, elevation, time, all that.
Yeah.
So just so everybody that's not privy to what's going on, Mikey, when he does touch down where he's going to be at to do these recordings and everything, he's going to be conducting it as if he's on watch, as if he's conducting the job of a sentry. So he's got his ducks in a row. He's going to have the things like time, date, location, altitude, humidity, geolocation, right? The coordinates as to where he is, the cardinal directions that he's facing, true north, true this, true that, right? Bearing, range, not range, but rather your bearing, all those things, the kind of equipment that he's using. All these things are necessary. Maybe if not for you, maybe if not for the person next to you, but somebody might find this necessary into understanding what the hell it is we're looking at, and maybe kicking this can down further so we can know why we're seeing what we're seeing. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. And again, this is the same Sirius star that I showed you earlier. That was a different color, obviously different. This is a different frame. And I got a better frame of it because it appears that something is eventually starting to go up here. And again, there's that white dot. This is a totally separate frame from the video. So I don't know what this white dot is from, if that's the ejection point.
Do you mind if I interject real quick?
Yeah.
And this something I'm very familiar with, studying symbolism and electromagnetism. It's fascinating. I appreciate this. I'm gonna have to share this on my channel because the dot that we see above and the dot below, like if you look at pictures of the crown chakra and root chakra, it's almost like you got two spotlights that's triangle light projection, but they're making a diamond. You got a light at the top, a light at the bottom, and when they turn on, because the light triangulates, like they make this diamond shade and they clash together where the bright white center part at right there is what I'm looking at.
I didn't even think about that.
And I posted my email there, Sanchez. If you ever want, I'll send you my videos, or you can use my videos, whatever you want to do. It'd be absolutely awesome.
Mike, put it in your private.
I'll do that once I'm finished zipping through the pictures here.
Are you? That's right. Real quick, is your opinion that like those 2 points of light, the smallest points, are different frequencies meeting in the middle and creating that kind of glow? Like it's almost two different.
Let me just say this and I'll fall right back. Now, this is going to make me kind of sound crazy, but this stuff I've been researching and teaching for years. I believe our consciousness transports itself just like we see with this star to where our like a Star Trek teleporting. When they disappear, you see these two little lights, and then these two little lights will start to turn on, and they will project this avatar like a genie coming out of a lamp. Like, and that's how we move from one place to another. Like I'm saying, we take this simulation with us. We move from one place. You got these two little balls, like what they showing here, and then they withdraw their nets. It's like two nets, two fishermen casting a net at each other. And then, but it's like this is holographic projection. But I'm sure I don't want to take up too much of his time because I'm learning a lot from what he's saying. But it's something that I can see in my head but can't articulate it at the moment fully.
And I don't blame you, because this whole thing, like, I don't know. I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. Like, I'd like to think we know, but after he's taken it from that glob that we're used to seeing with the water and the atmosphere around it to its form, to a different form, I'm just at a loss for words, because I've never seen anything other than like the Star of David, the things that we've seen, right? The pentagrams, even possible like star shapes. Like I don't know what I'm seeing. I don't know what I'm seeing. I've never seen anything like this in my life.
It's beautiful for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And now these are the pictures of the firmament, or the ceiling above us, the surface, whatever. This is a picture of part of the Milky Way. It is not a galaxy, it's just a destination in the sky. And I will show you a side-by-side comparison eventually, that this surface here, these little indents or craters, I have no idea what they are, but they look like the surface of the moon, because these craters are looking exactly like the ones on the moon. And I mean exactly, like 99.9% the same. So take it for what it's worth. I'll show you the side by side, and I'm just presenting it. These are obviously the stars in the Milky Way, or at least part of the Milky Way. And there's these little tadpoles or crevices or whatever you want to call them, part of the surface of the Milky Way. But yeah, I just can't wait to get to the States to do some more investigating. I'm going to have to take it with a grain of salt myself, because I'm going to be the one recording the stars and the surface above us. I will just show you a few pictures here, which are absolutely fantastic. So this white area is not a smudge on my lens of my phone or on the binoculars. This is obviously part of the Milky Way, and you can see from taking pictures of constellations, you can see that there's tons of light from the stars, and that's what obviously helps light up. So when the phone's gathering that light from the picture that I want to take, it's lighting up the surface and showing that there is a texture there, because you can see it. It's there. You know, there's squiggly lines. I don't know if they're connecting points, or I don't know, like there's some weird geometric shapes here that appears to be there, which is kind of weird, these boxy looking areas. And again, it's there. I don't know what else to say, but it's, and again, the surface is not far away, you know, so it's not hard to take pictures. You just have to figure out how to do it. And I just, from all of the investigating that I've done, the thinking processes that I've been doing over the course of even the summer, figuring out how to get things better, what to do, how to do it, it's just eventually comes to you, you know. That's the same picture I showed you. This one's amazing. So this is Pleiades constellation. These are in the same alignment as Pleiades, and again, it looks like swiftly moving. I don't know. It looks like frozen ice, you know, type of deal that is frozen together out on a lake. And again, this bright star here will be the exact same as the star Sirius that I just showed you. I can guarantee you that, and I will confirm that as I take more pictures of the Milky Way or even Pleiades. So all these stars here that are lined up in a row will look the same as the star Sirius too. All these big ones here. And especially this one, you can already see the color in it, you know, we just got to get it more clear. And then I'll move on to the side by side of the moon and the so you can see the so-called craters on the moon here with half shadows, and the same ones over here, exactly the same. Like if it was dog and a dog standing beside each other, you'd say they're the same, but it's the same thing. I present the footage, and I do it honestly and truthfully, and this is what needs to be shown to the world. I can tell you that much. Yeah. So, any questions?
So, Mikey,
Yeah.
oh no, I'll save mine for last. Guys, go ahead. Guys, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I think their mic is muted, maybe.
Mic check. I want to know, is this one here, is what can you tell me what the picture on the left is versus the right here? Because I heard you say that these are the moon craters on the right. Do the stars here line up with so what's going on here with this image again?
Yeah, so this is just a screenshot. Somebody posted a picture of the moon on my Facebook. So I just took a screenshot of it because I wanted to have that picture, but then I came across some of my pictures here of the firmament above our heads, and I don't think they line up. I'm just saying that it's kind of weird how we've got these crater-looking holes, whatever they are, dimples, that are the same as these ones on the moon, like exactly the same. You can see the shadows that look like the crescent of the moon there, and you can see them here.
I think, but before we take that leap, there needs to be superimposition. You got to get that, technology where you grab one side and then like shadow it over the other one. You know what I'm saying? Just in case. But in your defense, how many times have we seen things like stars through the moon? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Awakened Nemesis brings up a good point, which 100% proves the moon is just a semi-translucent plasma light in the sky. You even had Professor Foster, which on your documentary, Sanchez, you mentioned Dr. Foster, that scientist. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, the moon is plasma. And he was like, I could bet your bottom dollar on that thing. Ain't nobody landing on no moon.
And you got to think, though, if he was outspoken like that on a mainstream outlet back then, that meant that there were many scientists like Professor Foster we don't know about. And those scientists may have been the reason they had to do the moon missions hit piece, like how the final experiment was done on us in our time, So,
Yep.
Oops, I showed
but these images is like, I get a lot of things come to my mind when I look at stuff like this and all of that about the waters above and all of that. I can't really explain it. It's like, matter of fact, let me see something real quick. I'm gonna try to and this is something I'm gonna ask y'all, and you can just give the floor back to him or whatever. But let me see here. I want to share something real quick because he got a lot of good stuff here that get my mind thinking. Can y'all see this image here?
Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna put it up there. Yes.
So I was looking at his images and it reminded me of something like this, because you get these sort of sacred geometric squares in the midst of this dark chaos or whatever. You can switch back and forth the minds and his. But see, what this is me zooming in on like the ocean. So I'm saying, what if the stars are, because are all of these reflections of the sun at a certain angle making the same exact copy of the sun in different sizes at a certain angle? Like when we observe the glistening off the ocean surface like this, and we look at the stars in the sky against the darkness, and then you look at his images, you can kind of see these little striations or lines that sort of connecting the dots, which is the stars. And I just thought about the waters above, similar concept going on here with light versus water and what he was showing,
Right. Wow. I never even considered that.
Hey, can I show Sean Alki something real quick?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, Harmon.
Just put me on your screen.
Hold on.
There I
Harmon.
won, Sound Out. You see, I doubled up, $20.
Let's see.
There you go,
This
Sound Out.
dude's out here freaking high rolling out here, man.
He said put $10 on the red. I put 10 on the red. Now I'm leaving it. Thank you, Sean. All right, thank you. I don't want to interrupt your show anymore. I just want to show you.
All right, this dude's out here playing the gambler. Lord have mercy. All right, y'all. Yeah, that was Harmon, y'all. So yeah, that's I never even considered that. That's a really good point.
I just want to jump in and say to Sanchez there too. So in relation to the stars, I keep saying this, and it debunks space all by itself. There is no depth to the stars. They're all here, all in the same level. There's not one here. There's not one here. There's not one 10,000 miles this way. They're all here, like the ceiling above your head in your house. That's it.
So what he was showing on the water, they were all there too. They were all on the surface.
Yes, exactly.
And so basically, if you go back to what I was showing on the water, right? It's like you get small ones and big ones based upon. But when we get small and big ones, what they tell us is that they're far away and close to us. Mm-hmm. But what Mikey's saying is that the reason they're small and big is just simply what I'm observing on this photo here, like how we can get this same. It's crazy because it kind of make me think of that commercial. What was it? The Hennessy when they went up there
in the balloon,
ocean up there, whatever. Mm-hmm. Now I don't think it's liquid water, but I think it's something similar. But we just haven't been taught about what it is. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's either the beginning of something or the end of something, like a beach shore. But that's all we. I think we're like a bubble in the ocean, and when we say, "Well, it's something out there," it may be true that it's just not something in here. Like we're inside of the holographic bubble, and outside of our bubble is the real ocean. Some like an anchored bubble that's stuck in a box under the bottom of the water, that hasn't risen up, so to speak. But let me fall back though.
Because essentially, if you read the scriptures, Genesis, when they said God put a firmament in the middle, separated water from water, he essentially created that. He essentially created a bubble. That's what it seems like to me. You got a firmament up top, you got one on the bottom.
That's what the Big Bang is. Just a bubble being formed in the ocean. Mm-hmm. But then, it makes me think the nature of light, what the work like, because it's not water. And it's, but I have only one conclusion, is that it's light recycling through a black hole in and around it in a torus field shape. So all of us share that one, but I'm gonna get up out of here. It's been real good, man. I'm gonna look up the links. I'm gonna get back with y'all, man, and I'm gonna definitely get with you, Mikey. I need to get some of these photos and captions with them, and we gotta do your show too, man. Y'all just get with me, Ironworks.
You got it, Sanchez. You got it, bro. You got it. We really appreciate you coming out, man, taking the time. I know you do a lot. And you have a lot going on, but we really appreciate you coming out here. Shout out to Bro Sanchez. And that is his link. Make sure to sub to Bro Sanchez. All 56 of y'all in here. We got a crowded house tonight. So make sure everybody sub to Bro Sanchez, man. Yo, bless you, man. And thank you for coming out, man.
Peace and love. Appreciate you.
Yeah, peace and love, man. Be safe. Yeah, man. Bro Sanchez came through, man. Yo, I ain't never seen that motherfucker ever on no other show like that. You know what I'm saying? So he came on our show, our little tiny little show, and he represented. No, I know it's not crowded. The Drunk Debunk show. I know it's not. I'm being facetious, but whatever. I could have 10 people in here and we still cut up. So I really don't care.
Drunk the Debunk out there talking all kinds of shit.
He's just sitting there flapping his fingers, man. He just running them fingers, man. He got diarrhea in the hands right now. It's all good.
Hey, Vlad, I got a question for you, man. So
Yeah.
Last night when I was live and moving around people throughout the stream, I noticed that I'm not going to mention any names, but there was maybe 1 or 2 people that had a wrench moderator on my channel, and I've never given it to them. And when I was trying to mute people, I could not mute them. I couldn't mute. I pushed
when you were
mute.
trying to mute people on your panel?
Yeah, like for over talking, like Brenda and other things, and
right. That's weird.
Yeah.
Like, hold on, watch this. Talk. No, I could mute you and then watch this. And then Frank Monday's right here. I could also mute him. That's strange because I could mute myself. Wow.
No, I know it was. I don't
Mikey,
know.
just to follow up on that, that's happened to me a couple of times on StreamYard too recently. I don't know what's up with that.
Throw them out. Kick them out. Throw them out. Simple.
Mm-hmm.
Kick them out, or just remove their wrenches.
Yeah.
Well, when it happened to me, it wasn't even a person with a wrench. Just random shit like that going down. I don't know what's up.
Yeah. So I mean, here's TDDS. You know. Okay, TDDS said you gave him a mod status, Mikey. That's what he's saying.
I had to remove it.
Yeah. So TDDS, I'm sure, is the master debunker, right? Drunk or sober, he debunks, which is great, right? But yeah, man, like we have nothing. You're coming to these channels, you know what I'm saying? You're thinking, I'm sure you think that you've got it all figured out. And that's good that you do. Check him out, man. Do the due diligence, do the research, check these things out, and you can see them for yourself, man. We're not hiding anything. We're not claiming to be the purveyors of this or that. So, like, do the same stuff that he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Do the same stuff. Larry, what's going on, man?
What's up, man? I just wanted to say hi. It was a rough week. I was on like 7 streams this week, and I was like, by the time I think I left your last stream, I think I just went to bed.
Oh my god! You blinked. You're like, I managed to blink for a long time and open my eyes.
I think Nicole stayed up with you for a while, and I was like, I just gotta go because that was 2 or 3 nights in a row. We were up till like 3. That's so cool. Bro's on tonight. It's so cool.
Bro Sanchez came through, and I gave him out like last time when he was on, when he came here. Like, I didn't drop the link like a dummy, and I was like, I fucked up. But I mean, Nikki, what's happening, girl?
Hi.
But I think tonight was like last time I would have wasted time, but this time was more necessary because Mikey's here and what Mikey's got to do, and we want to get more eyes on Mikey's work. So I think God made me stupid for a moment for a reason by not dropping the link the last time. This time I was quick with it. When he came in, I was like, oh shit. So I went ahead and I dropped the link. Like, he just appears. You know what I'm saying?
So we should have Mikey on the sombrero. We're just going to say hi tonight. I'm not going to rage till 5 o'clock in the morning with you tonight. It's not going to happen. But like, if we can get Mikey on the sombrero, I love all this stuff. This is really good. I just wanted to say hi. Mwah, love you guys, and you guys keep going. It's already getting late, and I'm definitely going to get some sleep tonight.
Yeah, totally, man. Yeah, totally, man. Yeah. Anytime, you're welcome. Anytime, bro.
Love you guys. Cheers.
Yeah, love you back, man. Be safe, y'all. Yeah. So yeah, man, we here, y'all. We here. We did a little bit with Bro Sanchez. He came through. I think this is good for tonight because even though we discussed a couple of things, Vlad, the ancient reference to Maru and Mikey stars Polaris as a cosmic axle, with Polaris being the wheel hub to which you fix the wheel, which is circling stars. Look at Mikey's Polaris pick again. Okay, Mikey, if you could bring us back to your Polaris pick, please.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Absolutely. And I want to say thanks and much love to Mikey and Vlad and everybody in the Foundry. And I wanted to, the reason I chimed in real quick, Vlad, is because like every time I come on, you like, I ain't seen Frank Monday in a while, but I'm here every weekend, Vlad, and I'm watching you throughout the week too. But I just don't have time to chime in during the week. You know, I'm hard at it, nose to the grindstone. But I love
got
y'all.
you, man. I love you back, man. We love you back, dog. My bad. I was like, yeah, because I was like, I guess because Fridays are so spread apart since I do 2 episodes. I'm like, when I see you, I'm like, holy shit, Frank Monday's here. Wow, Frank Monday, welcome, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's been a minute, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. So guys, this is Polaris again. So Awaken Nemesis, this is again. This is Polaris once more. If you want to take a look. So that's it. We're going to get a clearer shot. I'm assuming Mikey's going to get a better opportunity this go round, knowing what he knows now, to be able to do a little bit more. So he'll be able to see a little bit more. And based on how much time he spends out there per night, he'll be able to get significant amounts more, whether it's live on video or it's on still picture.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to try to clean this up. Obviously, this will be, the bottom part will be all cleared up. I'm hoping it won't look like a, I don't know what it's going to look like.
That looks like Excalibur. Anytime I look at that, I think Excalibur's sword and a stone.
Yeah.
The top looks like a scabbard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Not a scabbard, but the hilt. The hilt buried in a stone. And then the bottom part is like the sword coming out the bottom piece of the stone.
Yeah, it's amazing. It'd be nice to see if this was cleared up, that the bottom looks like the top. That's what I'm kind of interested in. Yeah. Yep.
And here's the thing: don't get rid of your old pictures.
Oh God, no. No. Yeah, God, no.
Keep. Yeah. Wait. No. TDDS. I dropped the link in there. TD. Matter of fact, TDDS, go to the top of the chat, and you'll see my link is up there. Like I already dropped the invite link. It's up there. I'm not trying to not keep you on here. I dropped the link in here. If you want to come in here, you just go ahead and hit that joint, man. Yeah. Ironwork didn't want to hear nothing I had to say. Come on, man. Yeah. Anyway.
All right. Yo, good looking, level-headed people. I got Stroll, Mikey, much love. Vlad, thanks for letting me say hello.
You got it, brother. It's good to see you, man. Be safe, bro. Much love.
I'm gonna keep watching though. I'll be out here watching day by day.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, bro. It's good to see you though.
Okay.
Do you want me to show you the thing I printed out? Like the chart?
Yeah. Show the guys, man. Show the guys so they can see it.
Yeah.
So
I got it printed out pretty big, 12 by 18. I got 6 of them. I printed off the wrong one, but I got elevation written on there, so
it's all good. It's
all good. Well, the camera's over there, but yeah.
So guys, at least we're giving it the old college try. You figure guys that went out to do the final experiment, right, would have done something to at least document what it is they've done. I think I love logs, even though I hate having to write in them a lot of times because there's a lot of information. Logs are necessary. Log keeping is like the job of every century. First general order I forgot. Now look at that. I had a stroke. But to take charge of this post and all government property in view. And that's like the most important general order of any century, whether you're on, gun watch or you're on quarterdeck watch, whatever, right? Every sailor, soldier, marine, airman, everybody's trained to observe, to be an observer, to stand watch. So part of standing watch is maintaining a log of everything that takes place that's out of the norm or within the norm that should be documented in that log. So then you could pass it down to the next person as to what they can expect, or possibly, what they can expect coming on for their next series of hours, maintaining guard in that particular area. TDDS, what's going on, man? The drunk debunk show, what's happening? It's good to see you
guys. Good to see you again,
man. It's good, man. It's good. You got a professional setup. I'm poor. You know what I'm saying? So I got a poor setup.
Dude, no, it's just a green screen. Come on, man.
Oh damn! See? Oh shit!
Yeah,
I ain't got all that. This is my shit right here.
You know what? Elgato sells one of these for like $200. I got this like as an off-brand for like $80, and I got it on Amazon like 4 years ago. So
yeah, I need that free 99 version.
I like your background though. I like your background. You're good. You're good, man.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it,
Mikey. Mikey, I just want to. I really wish that I was in the, because I live in Boston, right? And you're going to be nowhere near me. So like, I was really hoping that you'd be able to come through like Boston so that we could I could help you out, give you some hospitality and stuff like that on your way to Nevada.
Too much moisture.
What was that?
He's like too much moisture in Boston. So
well, I know, but like you're going on a road trip, man. Like it's just like, how excited are you?
4,500 miles in total, probably.
Is that in total or just one way?
No, in total.
Going down and then back up?
Yeah.
To Vegas, well, south of Vegas and over to New Mexico and Colorado and up through Denver and back to home.
So, Mike, I know you don't know this, but I have been following you for over a year and a half, and I have been appreciating your journey. You're going out there, man. Like you got the car, you go out on the streets, you hand out the pamphlets, you're talking to people, man, and I might be on the opposite side of you, Mikey, but I can appreciate what you do for your cause. So I know that last night wasn't really a great first impression of me. But Mikey, I want you to know that I do have a lot of respect for what you do.
I would hope so.
We all do, except for Serge.
Because I don't sit here and do live streams all day, every day. I actually do the work.
Well, no, I love your live streams. Like on the way to work every morning. Guess who I have on? I have Mikey Smith on my way to work, and I'm like, okay, well, this guy, like he's talking the talk, he's walking the walk. So
it is.
So I might not agree with what you believe in, but you believe in what you believe in, and you're fighting for.
I don't believe in anything. I know things.
Yeah. Well, we all know things, don't we?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Well, you know what? I think it's a good thing that we have folks like Mikey around, because many of us aren't going to go out there, right? I'm not just going to go get up, pick my shit up, leave work, and then fly. You know what I'm saying? What doesn't matter what my excuse is, I'm not going out there to do it. So TDDS, even though he's a nasty Glober and we hate Globers, well, we don't hate him, but they have an opposing opinion, which is fine, right? I'm giving you shit, TDDS, but
I know.
welcome. Yeah, like we appreciate that he's going out there, and we're like throwing money at the cause because we want to, whatever the results are, whether they're good or bad. Like my thing is, I'm not one to skew results. If they're bad if they don't go in our favor, I would be like, look, it didn't go in our favor. Maybe I fucked something up, but this is what we got. I don't know. I'd be like, that's it, right? So like, I think it's necessary somebody does these things. Somebody has to go out, be boots on the ground to commit their time to these things. And I appreciate it for sure. And I always voice that. These guys in here, they always voice it. And we're looking at making some kind of change, right? You don't necessarily have to agree, TDDS, but what if this is something different? Like, what if what he captures is not the normal stuff? You understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
Like, what would be going through your mind?
I mean, you got to look at it this way, right? So everything that we're presented, if we don't do it ourselves, is going to be up for scrutiny, right? Like, look at all the TFE footage and stuff like that. That's all up for scrutiny, right? Like even us Globers, we got to scrutinize. But it's what we choose to scrutinize and what we choose to just blindly accept as evidence to support our side, right? So what you can't okay, so here's the reality of what Mikey Smith is going to get in Nevada, right? It's going to be scrutinized by Globers, right? But
that's fair. Yeah.
Right, but so it works both ways, right? So the TFE stuff is scrutinized by flat earthers, and then all the evidence gathered by Mikey and like similar experiments or observations, whatever you want to call an experiment, is going to be scrutinized by the other side. So it's just, Mikey, what I want you to do is I don't want you to feel discouraged with any negative stuff you get, because whatever you get, Mikey, is going to be real to you. And I want you to appreciate how real that is for you. Okay? Because you deserve that, Mikey. You deserve to get answers for yourself. You deserve to get answers for the people that you care about and who are close to you. Okay, so I look forward to scrutinizing, right? Because I'm on the other side. I look forward to scrutinizing.
I think that's fair. I think even for us as flat earthers to scrutinize, I think that's fair.
Yeah,
totally.
Let me ask you a question. So why don't you take the pictures that I've shown that there's a surface there and scrutinize that and tell me what that is?
I have scrutinized it, and it's so what I come to the conclusion of, which doesn't have to be your conclusion, doesn't have to be Ironworks' conclusion, doesn't have to be my neighbor's conclusion, right? Yep. My conclusion is that it's just digital not chromatic aberration, but just digital distortion, right? Because you're using night shot on a Samsung phone. That's digital enhancement. Right, is software digital enhancement. That's what it comes down to, right? And it'll distort the photo, so it'll make it look like it. But this is my.
Yeah, I know, but you're not. But just hold on, you're not thinking. That's not the only night shot pictures I take.
No, I know.
Not only the sky, I take pictures of the northern lights. They look totally fine.
No, I no, Mikey. I hear what he's saying. I think what he's like is he's looking at that because nobody else is there, Mikey. Right? Nobody else is doing what you're doing, so they have to tear it apart. They have to peel it apart layer by layer. They have to.
Go right ahead.
I welcome it, because my thing is this also. If we just accept it as, oh, that's all it is, it's just the stars, we're wrong. Because even though we witnessed it, right, we're still wrong. And even though I could have witnessed it and it was just the stars, we're wrong if everybody just accepts it. Because they might find, even if because here's my point. It is the stars, right? But they tear it layer by layer and they discover more. So just to accept it as it's the stars, I think we'd be losing something. We'd be missing out. So it's good to get multiple hands and multiple eyes on it, right? Based off of what it is you got. What it also does is this. It inspires people to go out and find different ways. They're like, I thought it was only a telescope that could do this. What if I did it with a microscope? Stupid shit like that. You know what I'm saying? People would be like, let me see if I could do it with a magnifying glass. Ooh, this is what I know it sounds crazy. I know it does. But what it inspires people to reach further and to do more with the different stuff and not just rely on a set of, a telescope to get the job done that we thought only a telescope could get. You understand? So you're making positive change. Whether they agree with it or not, you're inspiring other people to do different things in order to achieve something that we're not used to achieving. So it's all in all, it's a win-win in my opinion.
Yep.
Yeah, Mikey, and the fact that I made you hate me last night, I hated myself for that, because I have respected every step of your journey for the last year and a half, so I wanted to come on here to apologize to you for whatever I did last night that made you that was a bad first impression.
It wasn't towards me; it was towards humanity.
Okay, fair enough.
So you need to apologize to humanity, not me.
Hello, humans of the earth.
Yes, hello.
I am Klaatu.
Mikey's people. I apologize. I don't like
I'm talking about the people of this earth, the human beings of this earth that have lives and hearts and brains and that care for each other, which a few people don't.
Now I'll give TDDS this much. Like you know, at least he comes in here, even though he was laughing a little bit, and I was getting annoyed because I was like, man, what the hell? You know, at least he's not coming in here fucking with us. I give you that much. So that
I did that already.
Stand. I'm like, yeah, right. I'm like, man, I can't stand the fucking with us because like we're here for serious we come up in here, we fuck around. Sure, we fuck around, but it's business. Every time we come in here, for the most part, it's business, and really like what it is we want to do. We just want to put the truth out there. That's it.
Yeah, and that's all of we have a common goal. And our truths might differ, but it's still a common goal, and I can respect you guys for that.
How come we've won the flat earthers in court already, and I'm going to be the next one? I'm suing Canadian Space Agency, if you're not aware.
I am fully aware of that. Like when I say Mikey, I am.
Well, I know there's people. You don't have to tell me. I know people are watching me because they're afraid of me, because I'm one of the only honest, truthful people out there, and I will destroy the Canadian Space Agency. I can't wait. I hope we do go to trial. I will destroy them.
And Mikey, I wanted to congratulate you. I mean, you went there. You filled out you submitted the paperwork. Like you said. Like all these other people, they're not doing the work. You're doing the work, and like I can't. Yes, I disagree with your side, but I respect your grind. I respect what you're doing for what you believe in, and that's so important.
What I know, I believe I can run 100 miles an hour. That doesn't mean I'm going to.
Y'all are wild.
I wouldn't do. No one could take a look at me and be like, "Oh yeah, that can." Like I could say that. No one would believe me. No,
I've got the legs for it. I'll probably do it one day, but doesn't mean I'm going to do it.
Shit.
Hey, it doesn't have to try.
Yeah, man. But we here, man. It is. I know we started late. Let me see. We 3 hours and change. Usually,
yeah. If you need, I just wanted to stop it.
No,
I don't know.
Okay, man. That's all right. You know, it's 3 hours and change. If you guys are satisfied, I'm satisfied. I think we achieved quite a bit today. TDDS, are you normally up this late, TDDS?
On Friday nights, yeah. I just ended my stream like maybe an hour ago, maybe a half hour ago. Yeah.
I got a question. So why have you watched me that long?
Why have I?
Yeah.
I don't even know how to answer that question because I am just enthralled with your journey, Mikey. You was
a silly Canadian.
You're like I don't know how to describe you, but like you're just so interesting. You're so genuine. You're sincere.
Yeah, thank you.
You're like Brenda said last night. I would love to just sit and have a beer with you. Right? It's Oh my wife's mad. I'm keeping her up. I gotta go. But Mikey, please just know that I respect you. You don't have to respect me. I'm not asking for your respect. I'm just saying that your journey is a one in a million. No one else is doing anything like what you're doing, and I respect what you're doing, and I can't wait to see what you come up with in Nevada. All right?
No problem. Yep.
All right,
you're gonna see TDDS is gonna be flying a freaking little pat plane, spraying the sky, trying to keep the damn. He's like, guys,
oh yeah, I gotta
this way. We gotta spray this part.
I gotta do some. I gotta do some geoseeding or whatever it is.
Yeah, right.
All right, have a good night, guys.
You too, brother. Have a good night, man.
Night.
TDDS, y'all. TDDS, y'all. So, yep, that's it. Does Mikey have a channel? Yes, Mikey does have a channel. Mikey. Yes, he does. KB Tools, give me a second. It's good to see you, family. And Roger Ledwell is in the house too. I didn't mean to skip out on y'all. Roger, what's good, family? C Lightning is in the house. He's in the house, and be careful for him because they're gonna butter you up with words, and don't trust them. Don't trust them, eh? I don't trust those globe people, huh?
Mm.
No, you cannot trust them, eh? But it's good to see y'all. It's good to see y'all. Let's see. Chris KB Tools, Frank Monday, Carlos. I didn't say what's up to Carlos, Mr. Super Sidewinder. You too. I see you. I see you guys. Please, as you're in here, please hit that like button. Hit this right here, the thumbs. Give me thumbs, da. Thumbs, da. Give me thumbs, yes. Put
Oh,
them thumbs.
Roger
Let me see
Headbell's
them
in the chat.
thumbs. Let me see them thumbs. Say what?
Roger's in the chat.
He sure is. Roger Ledwell is in the house. He is.
He's a mile high. He's gonna get all those nosebleeds.
Yep. And man, we're gonna call tonight. We're gonna wrap tonight up. We had some really good guys over here. You guys that miss Bro Sanchez. Bro Sanchez was in the house. He spent some time with us. I've never seen Bro Sanchez on another channel. It's weird, but it's good and it was necessary because what Mikey's going to be doing and what he has done, Bro Sanchez has gotten his eyes on. Bro Sanchez has got a huge platform, and so now Mikey's going to get the attention that we've wanted him to get, nose picking and all. So it's good that no, I'm sorry, you ain't going to get nostrils like these, baby. You could try, but it ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? So Mikey's going to get the attention that that he needs. Like we could do but so much. Bro Sanchez's channel could do a lot more.
Yeah, I can't wait for him to take the time. If he wants anything, I'll give it to him, man. And again, I just got to get south. I got to get south. Yeah. I'm gonna have so much content. I'll have enough for years. Years. I'm good. I'm good to go.
There we go. All right, family. So shit, Mikey, you got any last words?
Any last words? Not much, man. Just thanks for everything you guys do, especially you, Vlad. I don't know where I'd be right now without you, man. I really don't. Whenever the day comes, I don't want to talk about the day, but I will be going south soon. Within the next 48 hours. Okay. I'm good to go, man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, man, we praying for you, bro. And we want you to go out there and kick ass. You know what I'm saying? And look, man, it's not me, it's us. You know what I'm saying? We said it, we spoke it into existence. You're gonna go out there and you're gonna do some good work. Yeah. And we believe in you and we know what you're capable of, and we know that you're capable of not just what you've done, but of greater things as well. And so it's just good that everybody is getting to see what this is, right? Whether it's good or bad, we don't know. But everybody's going to learn something. We're all going to learn. We're all going to get something of value out of this. Yeah. And I think that's the game changer. And that's what's so important about, I guess that's the lesson that we could pull from this. And yeah, we're having fun, guys. It's fun, but we're exploring and we're figuring things out. At least I think we are. And we're just trying to do good for this world. You can look back when you're 80 years old and you can tell your kids, you see those pictures? There's this peanut head motherfucker they call Mikey Smith, and I know him. And he took those pictures and we sent him down there, you know what I'm saying, to do this and to do that, you know? So, it's on you. Don't get infiltrated, brother. They will be. Oh, okay. I got you. I got you awakened. I got you. Okay. Awakened Nemesis. Okay. All right. I read you and I understand. Read you and I understand. I got you.
Yeah. And again, with all those people that have donated, thank you very much. And I hope it will continue a little bit here and there, because I obviously need to get back home, and that's absolutely fantastic what you guys are doing. Thank you very much. And trust me, I'm doing the work for you guys, and I'm laying it to the road, right to the road, man. I'm coming back with some, well, I'm not even going to come back with the footage. I'm staying there with the footage, and we're going to get it out, you know?
Yeah. We're gonna get it out. So you know what? I don't do this often, but I think prayer in numbers is important. So let's before we roll up out of here, let's give our brother Mikey some prayers, man. Let's get together. Let's give him some thoughts. Father in heaven, please look over your son Mikey so that he could do the best job that he could possibly do. Please bring him down there safe, sound, and anybody that's with and around him, them as well, safe and sound. And Mikey have a full tank. Mikey have no problems with his car. Mikey have a full belly and just sunshine, warmth, and no issues on and along the way. Also, while he's down there, dear Lord, please grant him wisdom. All the wisdom, all the information that he could possibly need, everything that he could go down there with, he comes back with more information, not just for us, but also for himself. Father, Lord, please just put your wings over Mikey and protect our brother and bring him back in one piece. In your holy name we pray. Amen. That's it, man.
Yeah,
that's it. Not a problem. Not a problem. Not a problem. You're lucky, man. I don't do that often, but you know, I had to come up with something, you know, and you know, just as long as we put those words and we put our intent for you to be safe, and God's going to keep an eye on you, man. He's going to keep an eye on you, and you're going to be all right. Just make sure that you keep your wits about you, man. Keep your wits about you. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
So, family, that's all we got. I really appreciate you guys for coming out here, and I'm glad that we got to witness what we got to witness. And Awaken Nemesis, I'm paying attention, and I hear you. I got you. So I wish you guys nothing but the best. I'm going to give you guys my blessing as well. Family, I wish you guys nothing but the best health, wealth, love, joy, prosperity, and most of all, wisdom. Wisdom, wisdom, wisdom. Guys, you be safe, and I'll definitely see you guys on Tuesday. In the meantime, I love you. I'm out. We're out. Mikey's out of here, and he's going to have a good time, you guys.
Yep.
All right. We'll catch you on the next one this Tuesday.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace. Yeah.